welcome back. So, got home a few days ago from the Goodguys Nashville Nationals. It's a pretty good show for us. We took a 1969 Camaro that we had finished a couple of years ago for a customer of ours. It was featured in All Chevy Performance, November 2023 issue. It's called The Snowball Effect if you want to check it out. I plan to do a walk around video on that soon. Anyway, yeah, so the Nashville show, man, the Nashville show has been one of my favorite ones for a while. It used to be, if you've never been, it used to be downtown. It was at Titan Stadium, and it was just a pretty cool setup. I mean, there's the pedestrian bridge that goes across the river. You could, walk downtown and get some lunch or a couple beers or whatever. And the way it was set up, the autocross was kind of under the bridge, and you could stand on the pedestrian bridge and watch it. And anyway, I don't know, it was a really good show, but a couple of years ago they moved it to the Nashville Super Speedway, which, I mean, that's okay. I mean, one of the cool things is you get to do a ride around, you can drive your car around the track, which which we did. Well, we didn't take the Camaro, we rode with a friend of ours, and I'll save that to the end of the video. But, there's pros and cons to everything. But all in all, it was a good show. I think the weather forecast hurt the turnout. The forecast was supposed to be rain, all day Friday and Saturday. It turned out not to be the case, but that's what they were forecasting. Since it was supposed to rain the whole day Friday, we just we took our time about getting up there, and we didn't get there till about noon. And actually the rain had missed us the entire trip up, but it didn't miss the track, and it didn't miss the participants of the Hot Rod of the Year. They had to do a 120-mile, I guess you would call it a reliability cruise. And then once they got back to the track, then they were going to do, drag racing. But anyway, yeah, it didn't miss them on their 120-mile cruise, which you'll see that in a minute. Since we got there kind of late Friday and everything was wet, we just decided to leave the Camaro in the trailer. If you've never been to a Goodguys show, how it works is on Friday, it's just a whatever day. You can park wherever you want. It's just, it's kind of it's a laid back day. Saturday is the day if you want to enter any categories to be judged, then that's the day. That's the big day. And then Sunday is the awards. So what we wanted to do was they have a Camaro Corral section, and we wanted to, our category, and we wanted to enter that Saturday. So there was no need of getting the car out Friday and just getting it dirty and having to clean it up, so we left it. Anyway, so let's get on with the video. So coming through the gate, the first thing that catches my attention is this 1936 Willis 4-door, which I think is pretty cool, with 3 deuces and pie crust slicks. This thing was built by 10 Man's Garage. If you're not following them on Instagram, you need to go check them out. They've got some bare metal shots of this car, and it really shows the level of craftsmanship that was put into this thing. This car was done a couple of years ago, but this is my first time seeing it in person. Next thing was this 1968 Beetle. I mean, check this out. This is the original bill of sale. It was bought in Georgia for $1,792.50. Man, I would daily this in a heartbeat. I really like this 1968 Impala. It's black on black on black. Black wheels, black vinyl top, black interior with hideaway headlights. And if I'm being honest, this is the first time I've ever seen those. I didn't know those existed. Just really dug the car. Small block Ford with a roots blower and a 5-speed inside a Falcon. Where do I sign up? Because that sounds like a party.
Speaking of parties, how about this 1948 Dodge Power Wagon, dubbed the Party Wagon? You can see this thing across a parking lot. I was a fan of this 1933 three-window Ford. I really liked the color. I felt like the upholstery complemented the car very well. And it had a small block Ford in it, which, if I'm being honest, I kind of found surprising. I've gotten so used to seeing small block Chevys in these pre-war cars that's just what I expected to see. Really nice bump side by Velocity. I know people tend to avoid the long wheelbase trucks, but man, there's just something about a four-wheel drive long wheelbase Ford. I don't know. Looks good. The first in line of the Hot Rod of the Year participants was this flathead-powered 1930 Model A. This car ended up becoming a top 5 finalist for Hot Rod of the Year. Next was this 34 5-window. You can see the road grime from the rain that the guys ran into on their 120-mile cruise. If you're familiar with opposing cylinders on Instagram, then you're familiar with this 1934 three-window Ford Coupe, dubbed the 413 Coupe. Man, I love this car. This is my kind of hot rod. Next was another 1934 Ford Coupe. This one a 5-window and a much more aggressive chop. This was a really nice 1932 Ford Roadster. I really like the color, the gray on black. I really like the interior, the pleated seats and door panels. Sometimes keeping things simple is the hardest thing to do, and these guys did a good job pulling it off. Another 32 Roadster, this one Hemi powered with a 5-speed. Well, I don't know if it's a 5-speed or not. It could be a 4 or a 6. I'm not real sure. But it did have a manual transmission. I've noticed that a lot of the Hot Rod of the Year contenders had manuals in them, which I'm a big fan of. I think that's great. Here's another one of the top 5 finalists for the Hot Rod of the Year. This 34 3-window coupe with a blown flathead. This yellow 32 5-window was also a top 5 finalist for the Hot Rod of the Year. '32 4-door sedan. Man, this is a cool car. I'm just glad to see that people are doing stuff with the 4 doors. Here's another top 5 finalist for Hot Rod of the Year. This 33 5-window coupe, dubbed the Carhartt coupe, as in Carhartt clothing. Cadillac powered. This car was built by Pinkies. If you're familiar with Pinkies and you know what kind of quality Eric and those guys put out, man, this was just a really killer build. So it's Saturday morning and we're parked in the Camaro Corral section. To tell you a little bit about this car, it's got Ride-Tech coilovers all the way around with their 4-link and their tubular control arms up front. Wheels are Formula 43 18x10 and 18x12. Engine is traditional small block 383 stroker with the Tremec 6-speed. Interior stock. We just wanted to keep it clean, simple, and it'd be a blast to drive. And I think we nailed all 3 of those things. Not to pat ourselves on the back, but I think we nailed it. So walking around the pros pick area, I was just videoing stuff that caught my attention. The first thing was this 1970 Porsche 911 that was built by Greening Auto Company. If you're familiar with the Greening, you know they build some pretty neat stuff, and this Porsche was no exception. You'll have to forgive me, but I'm not a Buick expert. I believe this is a 1964. Either way, it doesn't matter. Really nice car, deep blue paint. The red line tires I thought was a very nice touch. Anyway, just a neat piece. This may have been my favorite thing there. 1968 International Travel Wall. This had an LT4 and was sitting on a roaster shop chassis. Anyway, I could just see loading up a bunch of people and hitting cruising the coast or something. I don't know. It was just badass. Pretty nice LS9 powered 63 split window vet. This was built by Paul Atkins. You may know him as the interior guy, Paul Atkins Interiors. I guess somewhere along the way, interiors wasn't exciting enough and he decided to branch out and start doing full builds. Either way, nice car. From nice car to cool truck. 67 C10 with old school looking LS, dark bedboards. Nice touch. '59 Impala sitting on a roadster shop chassis with air ride. This was built by Riveting Rides. That's a very big car to try to get all the panels straight. So I'm not envious of the body woman. That's right, men aren't the only ones crazy enough to do this as a profession. Very nice job. Another cool Dodge Power Wagon. Not sure of the year, but the gray with the black accents is a very nice touch. '52 Suburban built by Johnson's Hot Rod Shop. Now I would say the highlight of this is the twin turbo inline 6. Now this is a pretty trick setup. It's a 50s era inline 6, but it's got a Wayne 12-port cross-flow cylinder head. Here's Here's another Johnson's Hot Rod Shop build. This is the GMP 32 Roadster. This was a AMBR contender earlier this year. Here's a tough looking 55 Nomad from Big Oak Garage. Sitting low on air ride with a pretty cool paint job, two-tone black with a root beer colored roof. Here's the last of the top 5 contenders for Hot Rod of the Year. He had left Friday before I was able to get any video of it. In the drag races, this car was one of the fastest ones out there. It's a 32 Ford, 5-window, full fendered car, small block Ford, manual transmission. Really like the tooled leather inserts on the dash. This 1970 Chevy wagon belongs to a good friend of ours, Ben Smithson at Smithson Speed and Engineering in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He's the one that we did the ride around with. Again, like I said, I'll save that to the end of the video.
Six-speed wheels, custom interior, and BASF dynamic speed and custom paint job.
I think that cicada wanted to say something. Chime in there. Our 2024 Hot Rod of the Year goes to Keith Hill with the 33 Ford 5-window coupe Cadillac powered. How about it for him, ladies and gentlemen? How about it for him? Come on, let him know. Stomp your feet, whistle. Getting left behind, man.
This doors last good. sides whenever we get off the track.